I hope you're doing well. In my last video, which was a drugstore and high street makeup favourites, there were a couple of comments asking if I would do the same sort of thing with my luxury and high-end beauty buys. So headed to my big Muji storage, got a little makeup bag together of all my favourites, and I'm going to take you through everything. The first thing probably won't come as a surprise if you've read my blog. This is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. This is just my all-time favourite foundation love. Like, the list of reasons why I love this goes on forever. Like, it doesn't end at all, but quite a few of them I will list now. It just makes skin look amazing. If I'm having a really kind of poopy skin day or I'm feeling a bit under the weather, this just knows how to make you fake like you have amazing skin. The second reason is it photographs so beautifully. It has a really flawless finish. It blends so seamlessly into the skin that when you take a picture with it on, it looks like your actual skin. You don't get that kind of white overcast like you do with some foundations. The third reason why I love this is the finish is absolutely incredible. It's not too luminous that you look kind of oily or greasy or anything, and it's not too matte that you look dead or like you have loads of powder on your face. It's kind of bang in the middle, exactly where you want it to be, or at least I do, and it just looks gorgeous on the skin. There are quite a big range of shades. I wear the shade 6 in summer and about 5 in winter. I think my mum discovered this around 4 years ago, and neither of us have ever looked back because every single foundation I try, I always compare to this, and no foundation has ever compared. Moving on from that foundation love of mine, this is another base love, and this is the Chantecaille Radiance Gel Bronzer. I'm the kind of person that when I go in the sun, my body will tan and go a couple of shades darker, and my face remains like as white as it is, like Casper the Friendly Ghost. It looks like a different face to my body. It just does not tan, even if I don't put on sun cream or whatever, which I know is quite bad. This just helps match the two and make me look like I'm one again. This is basically like a little brown gel. It looks quite scary in the tube, but when you blend it into the skin, it looks really natural and it just looks like you've got a really nice kind of bronzy glow. I like to use this as a primer before my foundation just because it blends really beautifully into the skin. Another way I like to use this is to mix it a bit with my foundation. I'll do like 1 pump foundation and 1 pump the Radiance Gel Bronzer, and then it will just take my foundation a little bit darker and make my skin look really nice and luminous. I'm going to switch it up a bit and move on to lipsticks, and these are the Hourglass Opaque Rouge. First of all, just look how cute these are. This is like the size of my finger, isn't that adorable? This is the shade Muse, which is a really nice kind of orangey coral colour with a bit of red going through it. And I also have the shade Empress, which is a really beautiful grape shade. If you're looking for a bold matte lip, look no further, these are where it's at. They're basically like a lip lacquer, and you kind of swipe them onto the lips, wait for it to dry a little bit, and then apply a second layer. The lasting power on these is absolutely incredible. You just have to remember not to rub your lips or they can start to separate a little bit. But I've even chomped my way through a burger at Byron and these stayed pretty strong. The next thing I have is this DiorShow Maximizing Lash Plumping Serum. And this is like a white mascara you pop on before your actual mascara, and it just adds the most incredible length to the lashes. I don't really like fake lashes, so when I'm looking for an extra bit of length or drama, this is what I reach for. It's just incredible at like doubling the length of my lashes, and I've tried this with literally every single mascara I own, which is quite a few, and it's worked with every single one. Next, I have these Clé De Peau Concealer sticks, and I almost didn't want to put these in here because it just pains me to say how much they are, because it's like they cost more than a meal. It's absolutely insane. But I did hear a lot about them, so I really wanted to check them out. And they're basically like this cream stick that you pop on under your eyes or on any blemishes or redness or anything, and they're really worth the hype that they get. They're really pigmented and creamy, that they can cover anything from like your darkest of dark circles if you've had about 4 hours sleep. This will make you look like you've had 10. It'll cover the redness. I get some redness around my nose and it covers that really breezily. And then it will cover any blemishes as well. Hands down, the best concealer I've ever used, but because they're so expensive, I love to save them for like desperate or special occasions. One of my friends actually asked me the other day if I had a favourite blush, and it took me a while. I was thinking for about 2 hours and I couldn't actually come up with one favourite. So if you have one favourite blush, let me know what it is in the comments. But I was thinking about it and this one did pop up to the top of my list, and this is MAC Style Blush. It's a beautiful peach shade with a really nice kind of illuminating golden shimmer running through it. This blush has a bit of a trick on my face. It kind of makes me look bronzed without actually adding any bronzer, which I think is a nice little trick for a blush to do. I just think the MAC blushes are really good quality. They're not too pigmented that you kind of dab your brush in it a bit, put it on your cheeks and you look all like, I look like a clown, or like spend ages blending it in, and they're not pigmented at all that you have to like dab your brush and apply it like 10 times over to get some colour. Also a really nice range of shades, and I also have MAC Tenderling here, which is my perfect smoky eye companion, as I've mentioned recently. This is the perfect colour because it doesn't take away from anything you've got going on in your eyes. If you're someone that likes to wear a lot of eye makeup like me, this is a really good blush to go for. My last thing is such a lovely luxury item from Tom Ford, and I do love their lipsticks, but I mentioned that in my beauty products worth the hype video, so if you haven't seen that I will link it below. But this is their Illuminating powder in translucent. Even though I don't really like to wear powder, I'm always on the hunt for a good translucent powder because throughout the day I do tend to look a bit shiny. So this I've been carrying around with me, and it is perfect because no matter how many times I reapply it throughout the day, it doesn't cake up or separate on the skin. It's really finely milled, so it kind of glides over the skin, mattifies but still manages to look luminous, which is exactly what I'm after. The Tom Ford powder paired with Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk is like a base beauty match made in heaven. So that is it for my luxury favourites. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you soon.